How you doing, everyone? Turkey Buzzard here. Hope you're having a good day. Well, I'm back from a month-long hiatus. Been recuperating from a bad bout of pneumonia. And although I'm not at 100% yet, I'm feeling much better than I was, so I thought it was time to get back into doing a little building. While I was gone, although I didn't do any replying to comments or anything like that, I was watching everyone's videos, and I really want to thank everyone for the well wishes that they sent me. I did read all your comments, and I really appreciate the thoughts from everyone. Really great bunch of people in this community, although I'm thoroughly disgusted with YouTube itself. The people, the community, such great people. So anyways, on with my build here. I'm at Finch Farms, and before I went on vacation, I had a comment from Dave from Chaos and Fallout. He said, "I really like all your builds, but they're all so clean. Could you do something that's a little scrappy?" So I decided to do a build here at Finch Farm, and we'll go through and I'll show you what I've done with it. Let's start over here. This pile of scrap that was here. They cleaned this up and moved it over here. Just basically raked it all over here into a pile where they'd build a scaffold going up to the bridge. And so that people wouldn't be wandering around under the scaffolding, they scraped all the garbage over here, left it there, and built a little fence around it to keep everybody from wandering around underneath the scaffolding. They moved all their plants and crops over here, and as you can see, they're hard at work here. This is where they put their water purifiers. I currently have right around either 18, 20 people, something like that here. I moved the workbench over here, and I didn't do anything with this house itself. I left it the way it was. And as you can see, they put some of their crops in here to keep them from getting waterlogged and whatever. Got some fertilizer there. And they basically just been, people been floating in and building up things. See, we have a butcher here. Over here he's working on his hides. And this is where they live. It's nothing great. Matter of fact, they don't even have really plumbing for their sink. They have to put a plug in the sink and then empty it out into a bucket. So it's, but hey, it serves its purpose for them, Over here, this is where our fisherman lives. The people who like to catch the fish. And they've got a spot set up over here. Where they do some fishing and whatever. So they have a you know, they have a pretty good setup. They sell their fish or whatever to whoever happens to stop by, and some of it also goes towards food in the settlement. Now we have an area set up here for vendors. And as you can see, Lucas is here somewhere. I don't see him at the moment, but these are his people. He's here. So is Doc Weathers. Cricket has been here. And so far I have not seen Carla yet. But I figured this was a nice spot, you know, a nice centralized spot where all the main vendors could come and hang out and sell their wares. And so far it's worked out really well. Dog meat, he's set up over here. Nice spot for him. Before we go up on the bridge, I'll take you down here and I'll show you the local bar. It's not much, you know. The place is kind of scrappy. But it serves the purpose, you know. He's got his booze to sell and whatever. Back door here. This back door, he brings his empty barrels out and just kind of tosses them there until somebody comes to pick them up and replace them with full barrels. His full barrels he stores in here, which is also where he sleeps. So he's got a pretty good little setup. And although this place isn't high class, it serves the purpose for everybody here. Now, I do have this elevator, however, I did have to build the scaffolding. So if these guys could get up on the bridge. And the only thing they actually use this bridge for is for their defense. It's not really, you know, they didn't really set it up to come up here and live or anything like that. You know, these guys just decided to take advantage of this area up here. You know, they put some turrets up here and whatever. Just basically took advantage of whatever was up here. They built this little platform here, you know, put some braces under it and whatever. So they do have areas set up here for here's Lucas. Decided to wander up here and look around apparently. You have a little outhouse set up here. I probably wouldn't want to hang around underneath it down there. I wondered where Lucas went to. So this area is just basically, you know, people take turns coming up here and standing guard and whatever. And whoever's standing guard up here, if it's their turn, they took advantage of this bus and they sleep in here. They also have an area to cook and whatever. Got some food. They didn't have a sink up here, so they flipped the counter over and they fill that with water to use for their sink. So, you know, they do whatever they can to get by. But I just figured, you know, if I'm gonna have a settlement set up, you know, like a lore friendly type thing, it can't, you know, it can't be anything fancy. And unfortunately for me, I love building pre-war. But this was, you know, this was a step away from the pre-war, and this guy lives in this little shack here. And I'll get back into some pre-war stuff, but this was a nice break. Gave me something to do. Fancy little outhouse he's got here. Apparently he likes to keep the ceiling open so that the smell rises up out. Can't blame him there. So not a large settlement, but you know, I think it serves the purpose for these people. You know, as I said, I believe I have 18 permanent settlers here so far. But I really like the way it came out, you know, considering I don't normally do this type of a build. It was something different for a change. I've got a build that I want to work on. It's kind of a special build, but it's going to take me a while. So it could be a couple, 3 weeks or so before I put out another video, because this build is going to be a little complicated. But I'm really excited about putting it together. So, and also I want to start working on maybe doing some other games. So I may be putting out some videos on some other games. If I do, don't worry, I'm not getting away from Fallout. I just want to add other games into my repertoire. So, you know, my channel will still be mainly Fallout 4 settlement tours. But, you know, I want to get into some other games too. So, but this is this build, and I hope you like it. And as I said, I really want to thank everybody for their well wishes and sticking by me. And, you know, it's nice to be back building again, and I'll keep working on it. And hopefully I'll see you again in a couple weeks or so with a new build. And until then, I want to say, everybody, have a great day.